Everyone, welcome to the world of English with Sakshi Khanna here. Today we are continuing with the error detection or the erroneous section of the sentence. We are working over that, and in this lecture I just want to tell you that be patient with the lectures because this is very much detailed topic and we are expecting that 5 to 10 questions will be there in the examination. So before I start, I tell you that all the parts of speech and other terminologies of grammar we will be discussing step by step and type wise type. For example, if I have taken today noun, then tomorrow pronoun, maybe noun pronoun together, adverb adjective together, verbs articles together, conjunctions interjections together. So we will be doing like that, but there are some common rules on the ground level, not the particular specific but the ground level, that what type of errors we can have in the grammar. Okay, the possibilities of the error, so that we will be covering today, and it will be done in the two parts. Today in the first part I will give you the 50 common errors rules, 50 rules for the error detecting in the sentence grammatically, and tomorrow second segment, next 50 rules, and afterwards we will be moving towards topic wise topic. Okay, so here I am providing spotting errors rules. This content based lecture consists of all the common errors while we're using articles, subject, verb, pronouns, prepositions, etc. So spotting the error is the major important topic in any of the competitive exams across India, as I shared with you, and expectingly 5 to 10 questions, instead not 5 exactly but 10 for sure from this specific topic alone. So make use of these rules and practice spotting error to score more in any competitive exam. So today we will be doing 50 rules based on the topic error detection. So please get your paper and pen, and we are moving ahead. Guys, subject and verb agreement. Look at the sentence: two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. Yesterday I discussed with you. So this is based over that introductory examples. Okay, so I am clearing your doubts. What they want to see: two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. So example here, Hari and Ram is here. Hari and Ram are here. Now Hari and Ram means both are different individual. Okay, two person, not the same one. Okay, Hari and Hari. Okay, then it is considered. But Hari and Ram both are different individual, different personality, then R will come definitely. So second rule, if two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, the verb must be singular. I am repeating, if two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, means different type of nouns but referring the same, then verb must be singular. Look at the example. The secretary and principal are coming. So the correct is the secretary and principal is coming. Here the same person is secretary as well as the principal. Means a person is having the role of two personality. He is secretary also, principal also. The secretary and principal. Okay. So they are not different individual. That is why we are providing singular verb. Rule number 5 here. When the subjects joined by or nor are of different numbers, I am repeating, different numbers, the verb must be plural and the plural subject must be placed next to the verb. Just look at the example, you will find out the reason. Incorrect sentence, I am just reading first. Neither the assistant masters nor the headmaster was present. Neither the headmaster nor the assistant masters were present. Both the persons are different. Okay, both the persons are different, so we need to provide the plural verb. Number 6. When the subjects joined by nor or of different persons, the verb agrees in person with the one nearest to it. Okay, so when we are compiling two subjects collectively, okay, so if the singular is near to the verb, then we will use verb according to that subject. If plural subject is there near to the verb, then we will provide plural. Look at the example. Either he or I is mistaken. Either he or I am mistaken. So either he is little far. So what is close to the verb? That is I, and I will go with the am. It's so simple to understand. We are coming up with rule number 7. A collective noun takes a singular verb when the collection is thought of as a whole, a plural verb when the individuals of which it is composed are thought of. So there are 2 points to understand. One is that collective noun always carries singular verb, and in case when individual of which it is composed are thought of means something different or out of the way, out of the box they are moving, then we will provide the plural verb to the collective nouns as well. So it means very clearly that it doesn't mean that collective noun always goes with singular verb. It can be with plural verbs. Look at the example with the both. The council has chosen the president. Correct. The military were called out. So look at the difference. The council has chosen the president. The military were called out. Military. Okay. Crowd. Fine. So these are the group of whole. The council has chosen. Council is a single company consisted of different officers rank people, those who have chosen the president. But the military itself, collection of people, those who are serving in the armed forces. Now look at the 8th rule. Some nouns which are singular in form but plural in meaning take a plural verb. Some nouns we get while reading through the text that these are singular in form but plural in meaning. Look at the example, you will see incorrect and correct both are there. Mathematics are a branch of study in every school. Mathematics, even though S or ES have been provided, S or ES has been provided to the subject, but we will not give plural verb to the sentence because it is serving the purpose of one, means mathematics is a branch of study, single branch of study in every school. I hope you people understood. Moving ahead to the 9th rule, look at that. Words joined to a singular subject by with, together with, in addition to, or as well as, etc. are parenthetical and therefore do not affect the number of the verb. I am repeating. Words joined to a singular subject by with, together with, in addition to, or as well as are parenthetical and therefore do not affect the number of the verb. That means very clear that in the sentence together with, in addition to, or as well as are coming, then there is no need to provide the which verb? Yes, of course, the plural verb. So look at the example, it will clear to you. Incorrect. The chief with all his men were massacred. The chief with all his men was massacred. With all is there and it is giving us indication that we need to provide only singular verb and we have provided was. Rule number 10. When the subject of the verb is a relative pronoun, care should be taken to see that the verb agrees in number and person with the antecedent of the relative. When the subject of the verb is a relative pronoun, so care should be taken very cautiously to see that the verb agrees in number. Just look at the example and you will see. Incorrect. I, who is your friend, will guard your interest. I, who is your friend, will guard your interest. Continuing with the correct answer, I always come with am. So we need to take care that subject is agree to the verb or not. So I will always come with am. So I, who am your friend, will guard your interest. Coming to the next type, wrong usage of participles and infinitives. Participles and infinitives, what are these terms? Just look at the rule number 11 and you will come to know what is that. This is the technical term, okay, but you already have done gerunds and infinitives. Okay, so number 11 we have here: ask, advise, allow, command, force, forbid, invite, encourage, compel, beg, order, imagine, instruct, permit, persuade, tell, require, remind, teach are followed by object to. So what is infinitives? Infinitives, when we add to with some special kind of the verbs, and verbs are on the screen, such type of verbs, then we need to add to always. Always remember. Look at the example. Incorrect sentence we will read first. He advised to do it by me. He advised me to do it. He advised me to do it. So when in the sentence there is advised, asked, allowed, commanded, forced, forbidden, invited, encouraged, such type of verbs are there, then you need to add infinitives, that is to, in the sentence. So last section of the sentence is erroneous. So but if these are used in passive voice, then they are followed by to plus verb. So she was permitted to go. She was permitted to go with him. When it is in the passive voice, then to go, directly to go. Moving ahead. Okay guys, moving to the 12th rule. Now is followed by how, where, when, why and infinitive. Don't get confused. Just look at the example, you will come to know. I know to write a letter. When you see now, it will be always followed by how, where, when, why and infinitive. Look at the sentence, for example, I know how to write a letter. Okay, now come with where. I know where to go. I know where to go, not directly I know to go. Okay, so in this way you need to rectify the error or find out the error. Rule number 13. After let, bid, behold, watch, see, feel, make, etc., we use bare infinitive and not to infinitive. For example, I heard him to speak on several subjects. It's a correct or incorrect? Yeah, of course, it's incorrect. I heard him speak on several subjects. Why it is wrong? What they want to say actually? They just want to give you clues. So clues are like that after let, bid, behold, watch, see, feel, we use bare infinitive and not to infinitive. Bare means no infinitive. Big no to the infinitives when we are doing. So see if you are not getting this rule. Okay, just look at the example once again with me. I heard him to speak on several subjects. I heard him speak on several subjects. Okay, so second is just naturally we are speaking with the flow of speaking, but in the first sentence we need to feel little shaky. So I heard him to speak on several subjects. Either this sentence is in error or something incomplete. We are feeling like that, but in the second sentence we are not feeling so. So you will get the indication as well. Moving ahead with the rule number 14, bare infinitives. See, bare infinitives and infinitives. That means when you need to use to, that is infinitives. When you are not supposed to use to, that is known as bare infinitive. So don't get confused with this term. Bare infinitive is used after modal. Modal auxiliaries you all know. Look at the bracket. Words in the bracket: can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, dare, not. Okay, so such type of modal auxiliaries have big no to use bare infinitive. Okay, they will come with the bare infinitive only. So incorrect sentence you read: you need not to work hard. You need not work hard. Okay, rule number 15, we are moving. Had, better, had, rather, had, as soon as. These are the indications, some clues I am telling you. Had, sooner are followed by bare infinitive. So such type of if phrases you are looking into the sentence, there no need to search for the grammar rules there. Don't get confused. Simply just to recall your memory, and you will get to know that once I talked about had, better, had, rather, had, as soon as, had, sooner, always followed by bare infinitive, means no infinitive in the sentence. He had better to go now. He had better go now. Coming ahead with rule number 18, just look at that. Every participle must have a subject of reference. Every participle. Participle, you know that it's a verb based form. Look at the sentence, you will understand. Incorrect. Being a rainy day, Vijay decided to stay at home. It being a rainy day, Vijay decided to stay at home. Being a rainy day. So, rainy day, it's not suitable here while speaking even. So, we can find out the error very fast. Now, what is the correction is it being. What they want to say that every participle must have a subject of reference. There should be a subject of reference means it is the subject which was missed in incorrect sentence, and we have provided to complete it. Rule number 19. For completed action, having plus V is used in active voice, whereas having plus been, plus V or being plus V is used in passive voice. Don't get confused with lot of technique. It's so simple to understand difference between active and passive form. With look at the sentence, you will feel the difference. After should not be used in such sentence. After the leader having been killed, the followers ran away. The leader having been killed, the followers ran away. So, see, in active form, it's different, and in passive form, it's different. Incorrect sentence after the leader having been. When been have been added, that means it's a passive voice. Okay, so you need to change it. You can't change it, then there is an error. After the leader having been killed, the followers ran away. Simple, you need to remove the after. After is not suitable here. Remove it, separate it. The leader having been killed, the followers ran away. Complete and correct sentence. Rule number 20th here. Participles like considering, judging, referring, concerning, regarding participle you understood with the verb ing. Okay, viewing, broadly speaking, etc. do not take any subject of reference. So, when such type of verbs are considered as participles, they are complete verbs, okay, but be it was incomplete. That is why it was required a subject for the reference. But here the things are different. Now we are talking about the complete verbs adding with ing, means participle, they don't need any of the subject. Look at the example. Considering the case, I took the decision. Considering, simply it came. It didn't come. It considering. Okay. So here I is not a subject of reference of considering. So there is no subject of reference for considering. Still the sentence is correct. Which I told you that it is not required anywhere. In our previous example, we added it with the participles, but here participle verb is complete verb. Wrong usage of verbs. There are lot many errors we can counterpart while doing practicing or preparations. So all the errors related to the verbs in our next segment, just look at that. Rule number 21 here. When there are two subjects in a sentence, I'm repeating, when there are two subjects in a sentence and they are not in the same number, numbers are different, means first subject has different number, second subject has different number, then we must have to use separate auxiliaries for both of them. We will provide them separate auxiliaries or helping verb for both of the subjects. We see the example as well. Look at the example and it will be clear to you. Incorrect sentence, 3 killed and 1 were injured. Okay, so two subjects are there. 3 were killed and one was injured. Numbers were different. When there is a difference between two subjects number-wise, then you need to provide two verbs according to their subject's order, according to their number. This is the rule only. Rule number 22nd, a single verb should be made to serve two subjects only when the form of verb is the same for both the subject. A single verb can be served as two subjects. Means one verb can work for the two subjects provided when verb is same for both the subjects. For example, just look at the sentences. Incorrect sentence, I am 17 years old and my sister 14. I am 17 years old and my sister is 14. Now see the difference. I am 17 years old, my sister 14. There are difference. Okay, difference in the facts. So I am 17 years old and my sister is 14. Both the facts are different, so we need to provide different type of verbs according to their subject. Rule number 23. Two auxiliaries can be used with one principal verb only when the form of the principal verb is appropriate to both the auxiliaries. Look at the rule once again. Two auxiliaries can be used. Yes, two auxiliaries can be used with one principal verb only when the form of the principal verb is appropriate. Suitable means it is suitable. So we see the example. Example is here on the screen. He never has and never will take such strong measures. Two auxiliaries means two helping verb we are providing. It is not required. We can manage with one verb as well. So this is the rule number 23. He never has taken and never will take such strong measures. He never has and never will take such strong measure. What is the difference between he never has? Where is the verb? Verb is missing here. So we need to provide the verb there as well. He never has taken and never will take. So take was missing in one segment of the incorrect sentence. Means there is an error. He never has and it's incomplete. While speaking only we can find out the error. So I am telling you that maximum error you can find out while speaking only. Coming to the rule number 24. When there is only one auxiliary to two principal verbs, it should be correctly associated with the both. I am repeating, when there is only one auxiliary to two principal verbs. If two verbs are there and we are providing only one auxiliary, it should be correctly associated with the both. If it is not associating, we need to remove it. Means there is erroneous section of the sentence. Incorrect. 10 candidates have passed, 1 failed. 10 candidates have passed, 1 has failed. Means both have different statement. One is positive, negative. 10 candidates have passed, but 1 has different statement, different fact. So we will provide the same verb? No. We will provide another suitable auxiliary according to that portion of the sentence. Rule number 25. A past tense in the main clause should be followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. Very simple. I will give you the example as well. Very simple to understand. If there is there are two clauses in a sentence. In first clause, past tense, it should be followed by the past tense only. It doesn't mean that in first segment of the sentence there is past tense and second you can make without any full stop present tense. It's wrong. It's wrong against the grammar rule. Just look at the example. Look at the example. Incorrect. He succeeded because he works hard. In the first segment, first clause, there is past verb. Okay, past tense. But in the second segment, we are using present. How it is possible? That only they want to say. He succeeded because he worked hard. Coming to the rule number 26. A past tense in main clause may be followed by a present tense in the subordinate clause when the subordinate clause expresses a universal truth. Now, at what condition we can place present tense? When there is a universal truth which can't be changed. It's so simple to understand. Look at the sentence. Our teacher said that the earth moved around the sun. According to the narration rules, when there is a reporting verb is in past tense, then internal reporting speech need to be changed. But here it's different, because inside we are writing some fact based thing, that is universal truth. We can't change the universal truth. So correct answer, a teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. Moving ahead with 27. When the subordinate clause comes after less, the auxiliary verb must be used whatever be the tense of the verb in the main clause. It's a pairing base, means pair. Less always come with we should. It's not lest. Okay, T will remain silent in this word. So look at the example. Incorrect. We start early, lest we shall miss the rain. Even though in the first segment there is present tense, but we will not provide the shall there, because less always come with should. It's a pair based error. Less always come with should. Remember this thing. Rule number 28. An adverb or adverbial phrase should not be placed between to and verbal part of the infinitive. This is called the split infinitive. Look at that. An adverb or adverbial phrase should not be placed between two. Two is not required when we are talking about some adverbial phrase or an adverb. And we know what is adverb, which adds something to the verb. Look at the sentence. You will come to know the difference between what I want to say. I hope to immediately reply to your letter. I hope to reply immediately to your letter. Now, forget about the rules here, okay? I don't want you to remember all the rules. You can't, no one can, okay? But we can at least find out the error by just reading. So read both the sentences. I hope to immediately reply to your letter. I hope to reply immediately to your letter. See the difference, okay? Notation is different. That is called that while reading also, if we are good in grammar, while reading also, we can find out the error so easily without knowing the rules and regulations of grammar. Coming up with rule number 29. An infinitive should be in the present tense unless it represents an action prior to that of the governing verb. I'm reading all the rules for your easiness, okay? But maximum you will understand when you will read the example with me. So what I want to say you, please write down the rule on your notebook and just look at the examples carefully. Don't write the examples as well. Example for understanding, rules to pen down. So example here, I should have liked to have gone there. I should have liked to go there. While just reading only we are catching the error. So simple. Rule number 30th here. Gerund if preceded by a pronoun, that pronoun must be in possessive case. Gerund you all know? Yes. What do you mean by gerund? So gerund when we add ing, okay, to the verbs. So he emphasized me going there. He emphasized my going there. He emphasized me going there. He emphasized my going there. So look at the difference. What they want to say, gerund if preceded by a pronoun, then there should be possessiveness. Possessiveness should be there. Me, it's not showing any possessiveness. Possessiveness is showing when we are talking about the pronoun. So whenever there is gerund use in the sentence, then it should be followed. It should be paired with possessive pronoun only. If it is not, take the section out. Now look at the example once again. What I want to show you that you will feel he emphasized my going there. Okay, it's a little tricky to speak. We are not feeling comfortable while speaking. That means there is an error. No, grammatically if we see, there is no error. Error is in the first sentence. Okay, so that I just want to tell you that please make a habit of reading on the daily basis. If you really want to crack any sort of competitive level exam with the standard of English language? Yes, of course. Rule number 31 here. The present perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began in the past time and still going at the time of speaking. It is used with adverb of time introduced by since, for, and how long. Okay, so look at this example. It's a tenses based error. We want to show you that present perfect continuous always show the time zone with for, since, and how long. How long are you working in this office? How long have you been working in this office? Are you working? While speaking, it is seeming correct. But how long, since, or for? It always used with the present perfect continuous based structure. Okay, that means if you are using how long, since, or for, then you need to use the term of present perfect continuous, that is have been, has been. Rule number 32. A verb when preceded by a preposition must be the gerund. Very simple. When there is preposition, it should be preceded by gerund. Okay. They were punished for come late. They were punished for coming late. Look at the preposition for. For always preceded by gerund means you need to add ing with main verb. Rule number 33 here. The future indefinite tense is not used in the clauses of time, place, and condition. Here the present indefinite tense is used. Look at that. Incorrect. I shall wait for you till you will finish your work. I shall wait for you till you finish your work. Till you finish your work. Now, two times we are providing the verbs. For what reason? That is why they want to say the future indefinite tense is not used in the clauses of time, place, and condition. Here the present indefinite tense is used when there are two segments of a sentence. In first segment you are using the future tense. Okay, in the second segment it will not be used. It comes with present tense of the form. Rule number 34. The present perfect tense is not used with the adverbs of past time. Remember, the present perfect tense is not used with the adverbs of past time like yesterday, 1990. Okay, look at the example, you will understand. I have bought a cycle yesterday. I bought a cycle yesterday. When you are using present perfect tense, okay, it will never come with the time. Okay, adverb of past time. With adverb of past time, it will not come. With other terms, it can come. So if I bought a cycle yesterday, then simply write I bought a cycle yesterday. I have bought, it's wrong way. Rule number 35 here. Modal auxiliaries are not used together, but two auxiliaries can be connected by a conjunction. If model two auxiliaries verbs or model you all know. Okay, if you are using two modal auxiliaries together, there should be some conjunction in between. Otherwise, the sentence is wrong. Look at the example. He should, must do it. He should, must do it. Should also auxiliary, must also auxiliary. So, he should and must do it. He should and must do it. That is the correct version. Rule number 36. When need or dare is followed by not, it turns into modal auxiliary. In that situation, it takes bare infinitive and we cannot use needs not or dares not. Okay? I'm repeating, we have done such type of sentences first as well. When need or dare is followed by not, it turns into modal auxiliary. When need is a verb, needs, okay, present tense. If need is being used as auxiliary means not has been added, then s will be removed. He need not do it. Bare infinitive, but remove the s or es. It will not remain verb now. Now it has become an auxiliary. Rule number 37, it is something related to the adjective of quantity. So adjectives of quantity show how much of a thing is meant Adjective of quantity like some, much, little, enough, all, no, any, great, half, sufficient, whole. See, no number in that. Okay, so are used for uncountable nouns only. It's so clear to understand. Uncountable nouns means adjective of quantity. So I ate a few rice. I ate some rice. So some rice. I ate some rice. Rice you can't count. When there are countable nouns means I ate a few biscuits. Biscuits you can count, but rice you can't count. Okay? Rule number 38. Numeral adjectives are used for countable noun only, and they show how many persons or things are meant or in what order a person or thing stands. Means here, as I explained in the previous sentence, the same in that here for countable noun, okay, numeral adjectives, and that is for uncountable noun. Look at the example. I have taught you little things. I have taught you a few things. Few things means some concepts. Okay, if I say that, I can count that adjective I taught you, adjective, adverb, subject verb based agreement, okay, and tenses also. So these all are countable. So a few will come with the countable, fine, and little will come with uncountable scenario. Rule number 39 here, when cardinal and ordinal are used together, ordinal precedes the cardinal. You know the ordinal, cardinal numbers, okay? If you don't know, please look at the sentence, you will come to know. If cardinal and ordinal, the four first boys will be given the chance. The four first, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. First, second, third, fourth. So, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, cardinal number, and first, second, third, fourth, ordinal number. So if both are coming together, ordinal will come always first. While speaking only, we are catching the error. The first four boys will be given the chance. Rule number 40. Later, latest refer to time, later, and last refer to position. Again, I am repeating, later and latest always refer to time. Later, latest, okay, latest, you know, the latest design, later, after some time, it's always related to the time zone. And later and last refer to the position, location, position, okay. Look at the sentence. I reached at 10 a.m. but he was later than I expected. It is about the time zone. So how later can come with double T? Both have the same pronunciation, only spellings are different. So please make note of that. I reached at 10 a.m. but he was later than I expected. Because we are talking about the time zone, so later and latest only for the time zone. Rule number 41. Farther means more distant, located wise, okay, location wise, sorry. Farther means at the distance. Further means additional. We are adding something. When we are adding something, then further will come. Okay, when we are talking about some distance, fine, distant or advanced, then farther will come. Now look at the example. He insisted on further improvement. He insisted on further improvement. So simple to understand. While reading only we are catching the error, but there is rule as well. Further means additional, we want to add on. He insisted on further improvement. Rule number 42. Each is used in speaking of two or more things. Every is used only in speaking of more than two. Very simple to understand. Each is used in speaking of two or more things, means there is or, and every is used only in speaking of more than two, means every means compulsory, each means any of. So look at the example. Every of the boys will get a prize. Each of the boys will get a prize. Every of the two boys will get a prize, means we are giving the prize to both. Then why you are using every? Each should come. Each of the boys will get a prize, because in the rule also each is used in speaking of two or more than more things, okay, means there is more than two. So two boys we are talking, then why every? Every will come with the singular state. Okay, every is used only in speaking of more than two. Rule number 43 here. To express quantity or degree, some is used in affirmative sentences, any in negative or interrogative sentences. Very simple to understand. I make your things little simple. To express quantity or degree, some is used in affirmative sentence. Negative and affirmative, you know the difference? Okay, with some negations. Okay, that is known as negative statement. But there is no negation. Positive statement is known as affirmative sentences. So to express quantity or degree, some is used. When we are talking about some positive statement, some will be used. If there is a positive statement and if we have added, it will be wrong. So look at the example, you will understand very clearly. Have you bought some mangoes? Means it's an interrogative sentence. So have you bought any mangoes? Some will come with affirmative statement, purely positive. Rule number 44. In comparing two things, the comparative should be used, the superlative should not be used. When we are comparing between two, then only and only with comparative degree, never with superlative. Look at the example. Which is the best of the two? Two we are adding means difference between two. Which is the best one? So that is wrong. Which is the better of the two? When we are talking about two specifically, then always with comparative degree. But when we are talking more than two, then simply superlative degree. Moving ahead, rule number 45 on the screen. When two qualities of the same person or thing are compared, the comparative in ER is not used. You know the structure of the comparative ER and EST. More is used for this purpose. When we are talking, very simple to understand, I explain you very fast. When two qualities of the same person, suppose I have two qualities of writing very fast, speaking very fast. Okay, then we are talking about two, then comparative degree will come. And what is the structure of comparative degree? That is ER. ER will not come. More is used for this purpose. Look at this. He is wiser than brave. For example, if you talk about me, if I put myself as an example, Sakshi is writer than speaker. So correct version, Sakshi is more good in writing than speaking. Okay, so it will come like that. He is wiser than brave. He is more wise than brave. So wiser will not come, braver will not come. Rule number 46. When comparison is made by means of comparative, the thing compared should be excluded from the class of things with which it is compared by using other or some such words. I am repeating, when comparison is made by means of a comparative. Okay, if we are using the comparative degree for the comparison, the thing compared should be excluded. Which thing is compared should be excluded from the class of the things with which it is compared by using other or some such words. Look at the example to clear. He is cleverer than any boy in the class. He is cleverer than any other boy in the class. See, he is cleverer than any boy in the class. What they want to say that when you are comparing, okay, you need to exclude from the class of the comparison. He is cleverer than any other boy. He is cleverer than any boy in the class. Any other means no comparison. Fine, in that state. Rule number 47 here. When comparison is made by means of a superlative, the thing compared should include the class of things with which it is compared. When we are using superlative, then we need to add that class where we were supposed to exclude that class when doing comparison with comparative degree. But when we are doing with superlative, then we need to add the class of thing with which it is compared. Look at the example to make it clear. He is the strongest of all other men. He is the strongest of all men. Means there is nothing to put. Okay, it's all clear. Very clear statement, very clear comparison. There no need to write some different words. Okay, look at number 48 now. When two person or things are compared, it is compared that the same part of things should be compared. When we are doing comparison between two person or things, it is important that same parts of things should be compared. It should be same. The population of Bombay is greater than Delhi. The population of Bombay is greater than that of Delhi. Okay, means now we are doing comparison for two different things. States are different here, Bombay and city, sorry. The population of Bombay, even though we are talking about one term, that is population, but we are talking about different cities. The population of Bombay is greater than Delhi. No, it will not come. We need to add that of Delhi. The population of Bombay is greater than that of Delhi. Rule number 49, double comparatives and superlatives should not be used. Never use two comparative or superlatives together. If they are in the sentence is erroneous there. Incorrect sentence we read first. He is the most cleverest. Both are superlative. It will not go. He is the cleverest boy in the class. You remove most. Incorrect sentence one more. He is more wiser than his brother. He is wiser than his brother. Why we are using two superlative or comparative together? It's not required in the grammar. Rule number 50. 50th. The comparative adjective superior, inferior, senior, junior, prior, anterior, posterior, prefer should be followed by to instead of than. You know that all the comparison we made with the using of conjunction than, but with such sort of word. I am repeating once again, the comparative adjectives superior, inferior, keep in your mind only, senior, junior, prior, anterior, posterior, prefer, etc. should be followed by to instead of than. Look at the example. Incorrect. He is senior than me. He is senior to me. He is inferior to me. He is superior to me. It will go like this. Okay guys, this is the closing of the session. Today we have discussed some 50 common errors based on the grammatical terms and subject verb agreement, pronoun based, adverb based, adjective based, tenses based. Yes, tomorrow we will continue with next more 50 common errors, common rules. Okay, so then we will move ahead with the specific noun based, pronoun based, adjective, adverb, verb based error. I hope you will read all the rules once again. Okay, I told you to write it if you haven't written yet. So video is on your screen. It is saved now. Okay, so please read all the rules once again. I'm repeating, please read all the rules once again. It is really very important segment of your competitive exams in English. Don't forget, we are good in grammar, but we are not very much technical in the grammar. So these rules will make you very good, well versed in the grammar, so that while just reading you will catch the error. Okay, till the time, stay protected, stay tuned with me. Tomorrow we will come again with next set of the rules. Till the time, bye.